Gorion Wise Mentor was actually a card that was leaked a while ago. The idea of basically having Lucky Clover in the command zone, copying all of our adventures, seemed like a great idea, so I started working on a deck list. Unfortunately, the list kinda got lost in the shuffle and excitement of new cards, but it's finally finished. And at a very reasonable $50 budget, you can build this deck and go on your own adventure today. Before we take a closer look at our commander, I'd like to quickly invite you to like and subscribe if you're not already. If you are subscribed, thank you for helping the channel grow. It really means a lot, and I've been excited with how much growth this channel has experienced. If you're looking for more ways to support the channel, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon, or click the link in the description below. After watching the video, of course. Gorion Wise Mentor is a 3-mana 3/4 legendary human wizard with vigilance. He says whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Gorion is also one of the main characters in the Battle for Baldur's Gate video game, and you start the game by getting quests from him. In other words, he's the one who sends you out on an adventure.
I'm going on an adventure!
I love the flavor on this card, and I really wanted to build a deck around him. But when I first went to do so, I noticed a distinct lack of adventure cards. After all, until Battle for Baldur's Gate came out, adventure cards were only in one set, Throne of Eldraine. But now we have a much wider pool to choose from, and can take advantage of all these wonderful and interesting cards. But before we get into our deck, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. To start, let's take a look at our interaction. Most of our interaction pieces are adventure cards, which can then be cast as creatures. The goal of this deck is to go wide with a bunch of creatures and smash our opponents in the face, but it's not the only way we have to win. To start, we have ways to tap down our opponent's blockers with Ardenvale Tactician, Queen of Ice, and Illithid Harvester. Our counter magic adventures consist of Hypnotic Sprite, Emerald Dragon, and Sapphire Dragon. For removing permanents, we have Giant Killer, Ettercap, and Guardian Naga. And the adventures that help protect our board consist of Blessed Hippogriff, Pegasus Guardian, and Dread Linorm. The rest of our interaction consists of Commit Memory, our first piece of graveyard hate, Negate, Arcane Denial, and Wash Away as additional counter magic, Swords to Plowshares, along with Return to Nature, Cemetery Prowler, and Cemetery Illuminator as the rest of our graveyard hate. For board wipes, we've got Realm Cloak Giant and Washout. In addition to Gorion Wise Mentor, we're also running Lucky Clover to double up all of our adventures. And while we're not exactly a Spellslinger deck, I felt that Swarm Intelligence belonged. The rest of our adventures consist of Fairy Guidemother, Flaxen Intruder, Garen Brig Carver, Horn of Valhalla, Oakhame Ranger, Sea Hag, Shepherd of the Flock, Sword Coast Serpent, and Tuin Vale Treefolk. Jadzi Oracle of Arcavios seemed like a good fit, as did Lagrella the Magpie, Mysterious Pathlighter, and Sailor's Bane. Broker's Ascendancy is here to help pump our entire team, but our sudden I win card is Approach of the Second Sun. To draw through our deck, in addition to the already mentioned Sapphire Dragon, we've got Edgewall Innkeeper, Crystal Dragon, Moonshae Pixie, Young Blue Dragon, Urban Evolution, Eureka Moment, Gretchen Titchwillow, Growth Spiral, Tachiova Benthic Druid, and Gorion's new best friend, Archmage Emeritus. Also, a Sun Titan for some light graveyard recursion. Mana Ramp consists of Beanstalk Giant, Vol Candlekeep Researcher, Rosethorn Acolyte, Tlinkali Hunter, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Farseek, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, and Circuitous Root. We're also running a monster manual to slam some of our larger creatures into play, especially if we don't need to send them on an adventure first. For lands, we're running Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Seaside Citadel, Canopy Vista, Prairie Stream, Quandrix Campus, Typed Snow Duels, temples, artifact bridge lands, guild gates, gain 1 lands, 6 forests, 4 plains, and 6 islands. So let's take a look at our deck and see how we did. Only 49 mana sources split between 12 pieces of ramp and 37 lands. However, 4 of our pieces of card advantage also let us put lands into play, so that's fine. 12 pieces of card advantage, 20 pieces of spot removal or interaction, 2 board wipes, 4 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. So our deck checks all the boxes and comes in at a very reasonable $48, at least at the time of recording. Some of you are probably wondering why I didn't include Brazen Borrower. I wanted to, and initially had it in the list, but the card is still $15, so there was no way I was going to fit it in the budget. However, if budget wasn't a concern, I'd swap out something like Fairy Guidemother for Brazen Borrower. I'd also swap out Jadzi Oracle of Arcavios for Mirari's Wake, and swap Sea Hag for Dika Fractal Theorist. But even with those changes, the deck would still only be about $80, so very reasonable. How were you building Gorion, Wise Mentor? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I post new Commander videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so look forward to more Commander content in the future. Or you can click here for more content. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Dana.